I told AI what I want. I said, I want you to think as Elon Musk.
What was that most defining moment that shaped you as a leader?
I want to become a person that can make a change to this world. You have to take care of your relationship with people. Business will follow. I like to say I'm a team player. I love to mentor and I love to be mentored. Failure is part of my route to success. Every time I work very hard, I'm going to get to where I want. If we don't take risk, we'll never be able to change.
Looking back at your journey, career journey, what was that most defining moment that shaped you as a leader?
From my humble experience, it's the time that I get rejected. So whenever I have an idea, I try to sell it and it gets rejected and I believe in it. That's something that defines and a new challenge to me. Whenever I look into something, I never look into something that could be of personal interest to myself. I'm trying to say I want to do a change for something good for my country, good for humanity, good for my society, good for my community. It's never something to do with me. So like anyone that faces challenges, especially the rejection, that instant might be a little painful, but to me it defines my character, that how can I change that rejection into making it happen. And once I do that, I excel so much because I put all my heart into it. So I can't say it's just one incident. It's a continuous struggle that we face challenges because every day those challenges come from outside.
I'm sure that rejection might have happened at a very early age because you might have come to the business at a very early age, if I'm not wrong.
Yes. I'm part of a family business and I had the opportunity to study abroad and we learned a lot of things from the West. And when I came back, I wanted to apply some of the great things that I've learned back in our society here. But of course, we face reality is no. It's always a no, and you're too young to just bring in the idea. First rejection I've had or resistance I've had when I brought in new ideas here, and sometimes I said, okay, how can I make this happen? Because in the end, I know there could be something great behind it. It could be small things, and I always believe in quick wins. Quick wins could be small things that I can apply very fast with a very low cost, but it can give me high returns. So this is one thing that I always try to say, simply say, it's easier to digest. If I try to make a big cultural change, definitely it's going to be difficult to apply.
What's the biggest lesson you learned from your father or your previous generations, since it's a family business you inherited? And how did you convert that into this modern era?
I lost my father at a very young age, so I can simply say 4. So I can't simply say I've learned a lot from him when he was there, but of course from the stories that have been passed on to me, there's always been something about humbleness, being kind, being honest, being friendly, being a human, and more than anything. One thing that I recall my eldest brother always said, you have to take care of your relationship with people. Business will follow. Bahrain is a very small society. Everybody knows everybody. And definitely, one of the challenges when I was young is not everybody knew who I am. I'm a newcomer who studied most of my life outside. And I just came here when I was almost 22 years of age. And that's the time I lived here. So I had to go and find a way to fit among society. People know my family, but they don't know who I am personally. They just see me here during summer vacation. That's it. So it was definitely a challenging time. We don't see segregation between the citizens and the expatriates living here. We all live together in one community. We visit each other at all festivities. So I've come here and I think I said, I like that actually. I'm not just going to be shying away from it. I want to be part of that society. I want to be part of that community where we learn. And I think that paid off over time is I have a great network of people. I have, when it comes to me to help me with my business, I have a lot of great advices. I never said I'm the best, I'm always on my way to become better every day. So this, it's never just one answer, but what I've learned from my family has shaped who I am today.
You have been always been known as a people's boss. You have always seen among your employees as a friend walking in between, and that may be one of the reason where you have had that interest to bringing all these ideas into realities, like all these clubs and societies, especially the Rotary Club, Bahrain Internet Society. There are a lot of societies and clubs you have formed, the Riders Club and all those things. But with all these responsibilities you are already shouldering, how do you find time to handle all this?
I have to be able to plan time. We know that we live one time, and we want to achieve a lot of things. And I'm always thinking, if I'm born to this world, I'm either an extra burden to this world, or I'm a person that can make meaning, and I'm a value adding to this world. I wanted to choose to become a value added person. So not just basically I'm another burden to this world, or we are 6 billion or 7 billion or 8 billion and we just add another one person. I want to become a person that can make a change to this world. One thing that I've learned when I was very young, I want to do things fast and accurate. And on the other hand, I want to be surrounded by people that I go to mentor me. I don't like the word employees. These words are not even in my dictionary. Okay. I like to say I'm a team player. I love to mentor, and I love to be mentored. And no matter how big people think I can be, I'm simply saying, no, I'm a human person. I'm a humble. I'm just equal to everybody. In fact, I learn from people. Okay. Even to those who report to me, I learn from them. Our biggest assets is the human capital. It's you. You are our assets. It's not the office, not the papers, not the inventory, not the merchandise. So people, they understand that basically that there is something way too big compared to what they believe. But it didn't come just from nothing. It came from me being a good listener. Any opportunity of great speaker that comes to Bahrain who can inspire me, I'll be there.
Oh, wow,
so,
nice.
So there's art of living, there's meditation centers, there's conferences that happens. I'm a first person to go and register. To go and if there's any gurus who are coming, I will jump on a flight and go and be there to learn. Not to converse as much as to go and listen. Before I go to sleep, one thing I do as a ritual, daily ritual, I just go for a few minutes. What did I do today that has brought me closer to my goal or ambition, has made the world a little better, has made me a little happier, has made a positive impact on people. I want tomorrow to be better than today. Of course, provided in the end that nothing changes from outside.
I'm sure you might have had some point in life, some setbacks or failures.
Yes.
How did you turn that setbacks or failures into an opportunity?
We cannot simply say I have to have success in everything I do. Although sometimes I work very hard on opportunities, I do my best on things, and then in the end, after spending months and time, and could be effort and money and investing into something, it doesn't happen. It hurts. Of course, it hurts.
Any incident you can share it with us?
It's a tender. I remember a tender. And we did our best. In the end, my objective was to be able to get that business. And it took me 6 months of just trying to find out why is there no decision being made. And sometimes finding that in the end, if it's something within my organization, I can easily reach someone and ask. But if it's something external, sometimes I have to basically wait until I hear an answer. So we did everything possible, and all of a sudden, 6 months down the line, after we put a lot of effort into the tender, it got cancelled. Oh. And it just somehow broke my heart at that time, because in the end, when we do everything that we can, and someone says just pulls the plug, next day, the following day, we found that another tender came just with a new name. So we went and got the new document, And I said, let's compare the old and the new. Apparently, it's just about changing the title.
Oh my God.
Okay, and I
Okay.
said, well, so I called someone from that entity and said, well, no, they said, no, that's a different scope. I said, it's page to page, word by word. It's just a matter of changing the title of the tender. And it is not fair. And especially that I was shortlisted. And I felt that someone basically didn't want to give me the job. I prefer sometimes people talk to me rather than they behave in certain ways. But again, in the end, I can't change how people behave. And I participated in the new tender, and it was awarded to another person who was not even a player in the first place. Oh. So we go through challenges like this, and just the only thing is I never like to stop. I said we continue. So basically, the way I see it is failure is part of my route to success. We cannot simply say, every time I work very hard, I'm going to get to where I want.
What are the key challenges and opportunities you foresee in the automotive industry for the next 5 years?
Today, we are all driving gasoline-run engines, and in the future is going to be electric cars. Not just electric cars, but maybe sometimes even autonomous driving. Now, autonomous driving needs to have a bigger investment into infrastructure. We have to have roads that have clear guidelines on lanes and so on. So that definitely is something that is not going to be seeing light very, very soon, is because, like I said, it's an infrastructure thing. The other is to go on clean energy like electric cars. People have to say, well, we have to believe in electric cars is as reliable as the gasoline engine, and the energy somehow there has to be cost effective if you're thinking of electricity compared to basically gasoline. It can't be the other way around. And there are a few challenges that if they overcome, plus infrastructure, people have to say, if I buy an electric car, they want to be able to say, I want to find a parking, I want to find a charging station. And insurance. Still till today, I think insurance companies are, they feel that if something happens to the car, it might be a total loss. Or the cost of the battery is so expensive. They don't have enough statistics to be able to bring their insurance premiums annual to a same level as gasoline cars. So if I buy today a car, I pay 20,000 here for gasoline, 20,000 for electric, and I end up paying more. Plus resale value. What about the resale? Will there be an interest from the consumer? So there has to be a campaign to allow people to create their appetite. There has to be tenders that specify electric cars. So private sector have to be able to also provide.
So you are also aligning with the government vision.
Yeah, we are definitely aligned with the government vision. There's no question about it. But I feel the government today has to go in a little faster pace. We are all loving gasoline engine cars. We love the sound of the engine. We are going to miss a few of this.
Yeah.
But again, generation after generation, things are changing.
Changes
My children today, they're interested in things that I was not interested in. And maybe today I don't cope up. In the past, we used to buy newspapers, calendars, alarms, clocks, and today we only have one device in our hand that made
Even
us
for the time.
for the time. So but again, I'm telling you, in the beginning, there's always resistance, and later on we adapt to it. Today, I don't think even if I have 5 minutes break, I need to be on my phone to see what's happening in news. In the past, we have to go and watch TV at certain times, and we have to make phone calls while we're in office. And today, everything has been disrupted in our life, and what's coming definitely is going to be more disruption and use of AI. As much as it is interesting, it's scary, but our future thinking will be even affected by artificial intelligence. It's going to be in every element of our business, in our lives, in our communication. So one of the interesting things, I've had a little session on AI, and I posed a difficult question. But I told AI, what do I want? I said, I want you to think as Elon Musk, as an example, and give me the answer from his perspective. So it's not just a matter of being able to ask a difficult question. And of course, the more we feed, the better the answer. But the thing is, I want you to use someone's logic to give me how, or if there's a situation, tell me how Sumita would react to it. So there's going to be a disruption of everything, huh?
I'm sure you might be interacting with a lot of youngsters. So what will be some of the advice which you want to pass on to your next generation, especially to the entrepreneurs?
One of the things I always advise the young entrepreneurs is to be able to find a mentor. So every time they are thinking of an idea, is to be able to speak about it with someone, had to be able to guide them through it and tell them this is something that's worth doing. There, from my experience, a lot of people just want to go into a trend of doing what everybody else is doing. Is there a unique selling point? Is there a unique idea? So if we find something that's unique, that can impact and make a change, this is where that idea will fly. I'd love to see entrepreneurs, more entrepreneurs. The economy is built on entrepreneurs. My father was an entrepreneur. So I also decided to take a little fund into a little business. Although I'm part of a family business, I could have worked all my life with this family business. But I said, no. I want to go and build something on my own. Go through the challenges. Okay. And you know what? I think it was the best thing in my life. Besides being part of my family business, because here I'm part of an organization where I have a lot of people doing everything. And I'm the cherry on the top. But when I had to go and build a business, I had to put hours, time, and ask a lot of people, and I had to stand in queues and get things done. I had to make phone calls. I have to knock doors. Many of them were closed. So that gave me the true entrepreneurship experience. It's not the family. It's when I decided to do something on my own. So if there are things that we have to always teach and advise, is try to find a unique point or so, and something that's really worth and not available today. The second thing is try to be able to find a good mentor, and there are a lot of good mentors around. Not difficult to find. And yesterday I had someone here who decided to visit me in my office. Waleed, I want to tell you what I'm going through, and maybe you can give me some pinpointers of certain things I can focus on. And then he left very happy. Because in the end, mentors, they love to give. We're not the people said, well, what is it for me? Why should I spare some of my time? We are more of givers rather than takers. I want to see more successful stories. We love to see people that will be able to make an impact. I love to leave a legacy for my children, for my family. That at one time, Waleed was a person that he did something. He did a lot of things that had a good impact on people. So let us try, before we close the chapter, try to say what are the lessons I've learned from them. Okay. And when we build a new opportunity, let us think that and understand that there are risk factors. Certain things may not happen the way I want. And number three is be able to be a communicator. And if there's a passion, make it from the heart, not just from the logic. Build a network of relationship of people. Try to be with like-minded people. Try to surround yourself with successful people. I remember when I was in university and when I was very young, whenever I go to a new course, I try to see who are the smart students in class. I want to be close to them. I want to be stuck to them. I want to learn from them. Okay? I don't want to be with people that make me laugh and funny and let's go out for hangout or something. It has to be people that can improve, teach me something. I want to learn from them. I want to understand their commitment. I want to understand how they manage their time better, how they do things, how do they do it right the first time, and how they be able to balance their personal life and the business life. These are the people that I want to learn from them, so I become another one of them. And be able to one day to be able to leave a legacy and pass it on to the next people, because we need a lot of successful stories. But also we have to learn. One thing is, whenever I go through courses, we go through case studies. Some of the case studies are failures. So let us read about the failure. Let us read about the successful stories and say, that's what are the lessons, and this is what I want to do, and be able to follow the same path and take risk. If we don't take a risk, we will never be able to change.